me, you know, came across that and slid out. Can't ride this thing all 200 extra pounds on the back. Really makes a difference.
Ride on, Jubal, let your spirit be free, with the wind at your back and the whole world.
Hey, I told you I knew where I was.
Jubal, let your heart be your guide, in the depths of the thunder, it's your rant and your ride.
Okay, well, I'm just gassing up here. New camera set up. So we'll see how this works out. I'm heading south. See how far we get. It is 3 o'clock, so I was hoping to leave by noon. Actually earlier, but my second choice was noon. Alright, so we're heading south and see how we do. So I'm not going to stop and talk, but it's 3 o'clock, 3:11. I am on the adventure bike. I'm by myself. I'm heading towards Las Vegas. Okay, so I've got a new camera set up. I'm using the regular 4K lens on the helmet, which means I'm gonna have to make sure my field of view is right, because it's very easy to be messed up, right? So I have the 360 camera over here. We're trying that out and seeing how that works. The way the shield is curved out like that makes it perfect, because when you turn all the way to the right, stop, that camera fits right in there. I've got my Motaz Rousey tires on here. This bike is better suited to go to Las Vegas, you know, because it's an adventure bike. I probably got 200 pounds of gear packed up on it. But that also means I have to take smoother alternate routes, which could add time to my trip. Doesn't really matter because of the extra weight. I wouldn't be able to pick this bike up by myself in the dirt. I do have a bike jack that will help me pick it up if I drop it, but I'm just trying to avoid that, right? So it wasn't so bad if I had somebody else going with me. Wasn't such a big deal. So we're taking an alternate route to Gabs. We're taking an alternate route to Hawthorne. We're actually going into Hawthorne instead of bypassing it. And that's like an hour longer than going out towards Fallon. You know, so anyway, the adventure bike in the sand, you just saw how squirrely it was back there. I've got all this weight on the back, and so, you know, it's probably got the front lifted up and it's not weighted, so very squirrely. So I'm probably going to have to let air out of the front tire. You know, really I wanted to, and I like to take the dirt bike on this trip. I just don't feel as comfortable doing the adventure bike. You know, especially with all the weight that's on the back, you know, it feels really sketch, especially in the sand. I'm here at the Buckland station. I'm just going to make sure my field of view is good on this camera. It's me. You know, came across that and slid out. Can't ride this thing all 200 extra pounds on the back. Really makes a difference. So we're going to videotape for a short. So I got several rants on this ride. I mean, I almost turned around and went home. Because adventure bikes. You know, you're supposed to run like 30 pounds of air pressure, front and back. And especially because I have luggage on here, like an extra 200 pounds at least. I'm like, yeah, I'm putting high air pressure in here and I'm keeping it high. No, man. I mean, I believe I got a video clip of my bike laying on its side. Yeah, that's from having adventure bike tire pressure. I had 30 pounds in each wheel. And, you know, I was trying to go on that road and it just slid out. Not the front wheel, but the back wheel just slid out and I dropped the bike. I didn't crash, but I dropped the bike. And I can't pick it up without my bike jack. So, you know, that took 30 to 40 minutes to get my bike up. And I almost thought it wasn't going to work because the jack kept sliding out. It was soft dirt. In sand, it would be even worse. There you go. That's probably a bent rim. I'm talking and not watching. Well, that's the whole problem anyway. You know, with running your tire pressures low. You know, I really have control over the bike. I mean, it makes a huge difference to have lower tire pressure because, I mean, I was ready to go home. It's like, and I was thinking, how am I going to get out of here? You know, and it's like right back there. I could have dented my rim just then, you know, because I'm talking and not watching rocks. You know, you have to ride slow when you got your tire pressure low on this big bike and I got 200 extra pounds on it. You really got to be careful. really, really got to be careful. So, you know, I'll have to see if I dinged my rim now. I mean, maybe I'm going slow enough. I didn't, but I don't know. That hit pretty hard, so. But that's, you know, that is what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know how these guys ride with over 30 pounds in their bike tires and ride through the sand. And, you know, my friends have high pressure in their tires. I'm like, I don't know how you do it, dude. I gotta check my tire up here. I do not know how they do it. Because I can't do it. I can't ride, you know, when there's sand on the road. I cannot navigate and keep the bike from dropping it. Go. I'm gonna look at it, see if I got a dent in the rim. But anyway, well, I don't think so. But anyway, you know, I haven't completely made up my mind yet if I'm going to keep going or I turn around and go back home, because you know, this bike handles completely different too, as you would know. You know, it's like riding with a partner on the back. You know, you're putting 200 pounds on there. You know, so it, you know. And that totally makes it handle different. I mean, I don't have my tire pressure as low as I'd like to have it. I mean, that's for sure. If I was in real deep sand, I would lower the shit out of it, but you know, right now it's low enough to feel like I've got control over it. You know, but on this trip, if I actually get down Vegas way, you know, there's stretches of sand. You know, it's sand. It's not deep sand like Fallon, but it's just sand. It's not feeling too bad right now, but you know, I gotta change that somehow. But it's feeling good right now, but I gotta watch for rocks, you know, so I mean, I gotta go half the speed I would go if I had 30 pounds in my tires. But it's a catch-22. I wouldn't go twice as fast because I feel like I'm out of control. And there's still people that will argue that lowering the tire pressure doesn't do anything. I'm like, oh yeah, it does. Night and day. Night and day difference. Not a little bit of difference. It's the difference between being able to ride it and not ride it. For me, I just tell my friends, you can ride with 30, 32 pounds of pressure in your tires, and you know, that's skill. You know, a dirt bike all day long. I could do my dirt bike all day long. You know, I mean, does it matter to change your tire pressure? Yeah, but I could put, you know, I could put 15, 17 pounds in the front and 20 pounds in the back and ride it still. It feels skittish, you know, but you can still ride it. I gotta be careful over here because depending on how many UTVs come through here, this turns into a silt bed for about 100 yards. Right through here, all of this just ends up being silt. Looks like it's working on it now. And I'm kind of surprised. I did the BDR, I think, with 28 pounds of pressure in my tires, if I remember right. I could have had less, but I'm pretty sure I had like 28 pounds of pressure for most of the BDR. I don't know. I don't know how I did that. I could very well just, you know, not be riding good today. I wanted to leave earlier in the day, and I was blocked in at the house, so, and then I tried to get ready and get done by noon, which probably would have worked out really good. You know, it's almost, oh crud, yeah. I think I spent an hour picking up my bike. Yeah, it's almost 6 o'clock. So it'll get dark about what, 8:30, close to 9. So I gotta be somewhere, and I'm not gonna get to where I wanted to go. or where I was hoping to go. But maybe I'll get kind of close over to Pine Grove. I probably won't camp up at Pine Grove, but on that road. If I get that far, I should be able to get that far. Should. But I mean, I'm going like 25, 30 miles an hour. Where usually I'm going 60, 65. You know, I'm going less than half the speed I usually go down this road. You know, it's not so bad if you hit the rock square straight, but it's when they catch the edge of the rim. And then, you know, you got sand and rocks. Loose sand with rocks. A bit of run, Quill. So anyway, I've been videoing and not talking. I forgot. You know, I'm trying not to just blast my rim out. So we left Yarrington. Sun's going down. Says 89 degrees, so 90 degrees. I'm gonna look in Wilson Canyon, and there's a free camping spot usually over there, but it could be full. If that's the case, I'll go over to the dirt road I go to Hawthorne on. But it's been an interesting morning, pretty frustrated. I dropped my bike, and I mean a bad spot, not really a bad spot, but sort of a bad spot. It was in a corner where UTVs were making grooves. I tried to get over the groove and dropped the bike. So it was upside down, so I had to drag it into one of the grooves and then use my bike jack to pick it up. And that worked good, but it took about an hour to do it. The jack kept slipping out because the dirt was so soft. And then I finally got it to hold, and then I got the bike up and moved out of the 2-track trenches. But that was interesting. Might have to get a bigger plate to put that jack on, to jack the bike up. I mean, thank God for that jack, because I wouldn't have been able to lift the bike up where it was. I tried. Nope. Not happening. Alrighty. Okay, so this is a setup camp video. Yeah. So, it's in Wilson Canyon. I am by these bushes. Hopefully I don't get any critters out here trying to eat my vitamins. You know, you never know. But that's the way it is. I mean, I could camp out there in the open, but I'm like, you know, this will be a little bit of a windbreak, hopefully. My old XR trick looks like it's going to work here too. That. Yeah. Yep. Perfect. 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 Okay, well, the tent's up. I think you can see it, but yeah, thank you. So, we're here. This is where I camped overnight, but ended up with a front flat tire. So Jason is coming to get me. Hallelujah. Thanks, Jason.